It's September 22nd, 2023, about 9:30 in the morning, and this is my update on my total knee replacement surgery on my right knee at about 6 months and 3 weeks. I've been trying to make this video for a while, ever since my 6-month appointment with the orthopedic surgeon, and I keep not I haven't been happy with what I recorded, so I thought I'd try again today. Anyway, so where am I at? My surgery was February 28th, 2023, so I am almost 6 months and 4 weeks out. 4 weeks will be this coming Monday, and it's currently Friday. So, how am I doing? Well, I would say my activity level is pretty much back to what it was before the surgery, although I haven't been doing a lot of long distance walking yet. That's largely because it's still tourist season here on Mount Desert Island, and I really don't enjoy walking the trails when I have to search for a parking spot at the trailhead, and I know that, say, a 2-mile trail will have 300 people on it. So I'll wait a few more weeks until the number of tourists on the trails drops off, and then I will be walking in Acadia National Park again, and getting out and going for a little bit longer walks. Despite that, I average about 2 miles a day walking. I have a Fit app on my phone which keeps track of how far I walk and how fast I walk and all that. And a typical day I'm doing 3,000 to 4,000 steps and going around 2 miles. So that's pretty typical. I'm also taking the sailboat out regularly. We went out Wednesday, sailed, and spent the night aboard and came back on Thursday. And we're going out again today to, just have an afternoon sail. And when I'm sailing the boat, I'm pretty much on my feet continuously for the entire trip. And that starts at walking down to the boat from the parking area, which is, a couple hundred yards. By the time I get to the head of the dock, down the ramp and over to the boat. And then getting the boat ready to go out involves climbing around on the boat, getting the mizzen sail ready to put up, getting all the lines set up properly, and all that. And that's a lot of up and down. Step up onto the onto the cockpit seats, down off the cockpit seats, etc. And then sailing the boat. My wife is pretty much a passenger. She basically is along for the ride, so I am sailing the 36-foot boat more or less by myself. She will, on 2 or 3 tacks, scoot back and cast off the jib sheet while we're tacking, but most of the time I do it myself. And that also involves a lot of moving around and basically, sailing the boat. So, today we'll probably go out and sail around for 3.5 hours, and that will mean that I will be on my feet for 4.5 to 5 hours. And although I won't walk very far, it does count as exercise. But that's, back to normal. I can do that without any problems. My mobility is, actually a little better than it was before the surgery. And I can do some things that I didn't expect to be able to do. For example, yesterday I fueled up the boat, which on my boat, because it's old and the fuel fill dates from 1972, the new high capacity diesel fuel nozzle at the fuel dock is too big to fit in my fuel fill. So in order to fill my fuel tank, I either have to use a funnel, which is a real pain, or I do what I do, which is I carry a jerry can of fuel out and fill the boat up. So yesterday I carried 5 gallons of diesel fuel out to the boat and filled it up. And that I didn't quite use the 5 gallons to completely fill the fuel tank, and this is the first fuel fill in a year. That's not because we haven't been using the boat, that's because we don't use the engine much. And we're usually just at idle speed, just to get away from the marina far enough to set sail. So that's, and while I was filling the tank, I discovered that I had to kneel on the cockpit seat to do the job. So I did. I was kneeling on a cockpit seat for about 10 minutes while I was putting fuel in the boat without any kind of cushion. Now, it wasn't super comfortable, but I could do it. So that's, my activity level and what I can and cannot do. And basically what I can't do is, well, I can't say step up to the 3rd step on my stairs with the surgical leg. I can step up to the 2nd step, but I never step up to the 3rd step anyway, so it wasn't a problem. So basically, I can do everything I used to do, and but I do have some discomfort. I still have swelling in the leg, above the knee and the thigh, for about 6 inches above the knee. That is quite noticeable after a day on my feet. And the swelling causes my leg to stiffen up. Sorry, I'm out watching Blackie Blackfur to make sure he doesn't go someplace he's not supposed to. That's why I look away. It just takes a little bit of discomfort there. Also, the leg in particular on the outside of the knee, just above the knee joint, is quite uncomfortable when I'm walking around, particularly when I'm going up and down stairs. And I've found that wrapping an elastic bandage around my knee really helps with that. So, like right now, I have an elastic bandage wrapped around my knee underneath my trousers. And that, makes the knee feel a lot better. There are some downsides to that. I think it cuts into the circulation a little bit, and it does make the muscles above the knee feel more discomfort than they do without the elastic bandage. But overall, the effect of the elastic bandage is positive. So I use that. But I still do have that discomfort, and I still do have swelling that by the end of the day is pretty uncomfortable. Now, my knee will feel like it can't bend after a day, but I can still bend it, and my limit for bending is about 132 degrees. At the end of a day where the knee is pretty swollen, I might only be able to get to 122, 123. But that's fine. I don't really need to bend more than that. And as I said, I knelt full weight on my right knee yesterday on a hard surface for about 10 minutes. It was quite uncomfortable doing it initially, but once I was down there and was settled in, I was thinking more about what I was doing than about the discomfort in my knee. As a matter of fact, I didn't even think about the knee once I got down into the kneeling position. So, overall, I'm doing pretty well. I wish that I didn't have the discomfort and swelling that I do, but it's going to go away eventually. The surgeon who I saw on August 28th at my 6-month visit said there's absolutely nothing wrong with the joint. He had me bend the knee back and forth a number of times while he felt the joint, and he said the joint feels fine. He twisted my knee and bent the lower leg off to the side and said the joint is fine. I have absolutely no discomfort in the joint, so that's a big plus. And it's just muscles at this point. The surgeon told me 2 things are going to fix that: time and exercise. So that's what I'm doing. As I said, I'm back to my normal exercise level, and I get a little better every week. I've noticed in the last month or so that it's actually easier to put my socks on than it was before the surgery, and my mobility is as good or a little better than it was before the surgery. So everything is getting better, and right now I just have some discomfort. I wouldn't call it pain. It's, some things just don't feel right and don't feel that good. And the knee does definitely ache after a day on my feet. So that's where I am, 6.5 months out from total knee replacement surgery on my right leg. Oh, one other thing. When I saw the surgeon 3 weeks ago, he told me I don't need to see you again until a year from your surgery. So my next appointment is in early March of 2024, a year and a week since my surgery. So that's looking good. And, yeah, I'm not 100% yet. I still have some discomfort, but I can do everything I did before the surgery and a little bit more. And because of that, for example, we're going sailing this afternoon. Okay, that's it. 6.5 months out from total knee replacement surgery. Thanks for watching.